the 15. Shifty Dion Lewis. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 12-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. Garoppolo to throw on second down. Escaping the pressure right. Now he'll let it. Looking for Cooks, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the former first-rounder Artie Burns. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
They'll run it with Bell. And he'll just get back to the line of scrimmage, if that. And with a flag on the field. And that one looks to be in the area where someone was held. Roethlisberger going to hand to Bell. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
Every year I go to the combine and marvel at the speeds that linebackers are running nowadays. They run like DBs. And let's face it, they know how to finish plays too. Eyes up, head up, run right through them.
Now Roethlisberger. And the catch made here by Marquise Lee. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Now Ben on 3rd and long. Goes underneath for Bell. Give him 3 on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
So the folks here in the stands this afternoon, they're happy about that one. Their guys get the early advantage after the opening drive field goal.
And they should be happy. Their guys look good getting down the field, and that's got to give them hope that good things are in store here today.
This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And a big collision there as he winds up flat on his back right around the 26. The Patriot offense now set to come back out onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, second down. And this pass defense, they were sensational in the win last week, and they're looking good here so far in this first quarter.
You know, we often talk about how offenses get locked in, and that runs over multiple games where they're really, in that zone. Defenses can be the exact same way, and I think we're seeing an example of it here.
He'll be dropped at the 30. The first broken tackle couldn't bust him free. Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6. And the defense searches for one more stop here after the run on 2nd down. Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. Looking for Gronkowski, and he's got him complete. Now the ball comes loose, and it's picked up by the Steelers. Oftentimes you say some guys have a knack for creating turnovers. He forced a fumble last week, forces another one.
And one of my good coaching buddies, Frank Delano, always told me, hey, Davis, creating turnovers is not as much about skill as it is about desire.
Oh, I thought it was going to be will, because will rhyme with skill.
Come on, man.
But desire. We'll go with desire.
What are you, the rhyme master now?
Now a first down carry by Bell. And he only manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. On 2nd down, here's Roethlisberger. He's got it over the middle. And heavy contact. He is knocked down hard at the 28. A gain of 10, good for a Steeler first down. Well, the offense lining up 1st and 10. On the counter, here's Bell. Able to slither by. Le'Veon Bell. Kiss him goodbye. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Le'Veon Bell, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Steelers are going to add on to their lead. Chris Boswell now for the extra point. And his kick is no good. It's an early miss. We'll see if that has any ramifications later here as the afternoon wears on. Boswell on now to kick this one away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
They go play action here on 1st down. Wide open receiver complete. He got 29 yards that time. So there on that play, offensively, they were in the crossing route. Defense was in zone coverage. So as a former DB, how tough is it to defend that?
It's really difficult because your natural inclination is to chase the receiver and maybe leave your zone. So you have to have discipline in order to talk to your other coverage guys and let him know that that receiver's crossing from your zone to the next zone. He's coming your way. Make sure you have him. And then when the ball is actually thrown, secure the tackle. When they're moving on crossing routes, if you miss a tackle, it usually results in a big play.
All right, here we go. 3-19.
Now Garoppolo throwing on 2nd. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forced the incompletion. That allowed him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely. Frees up your guys elsewhere. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense.
3-19.
A play fake to Lewis. Here's Garoppolo. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. They came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Here's Brad Wing now to punt it away on 4th down. Back deep for the Steelers, Antonio Brown. He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away. And that will hit and continue on out of bounds. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And tough starting field position here. On 1st down, it's Roethlisberger. And nearly picked off. Surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away. But it does get away and it's 2nd down. So the incomplete pass brings up 2nd down.
Check 26, check 26. Heavy,
Now Roethlisberger to throw. It's caught. It's Barnidge over the middle. And this one will be taken up. They'll spot it right at the 7. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
Roethlisberger now to throw on 3rd down. Lawrence Guy in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that'll lead to a 4th down. They said there was a lot of discussion in their defensive team meeting room after last week's performance. They had 7 sacks. Something in the water. There's one in the 1st quarter.
A lot of discussion, a lot of excitement, because now everyone wants to get involved with this. Who's going to continue that process? Who's going to get to the quarterback this week? But they have to be careful. When you have that much pressure, they want to use it against you. Draws, screens, those types of plays.
We'll see if they do that. Now the Patriots offense, they work their way back out onto the field. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
Here we go now.
On 1st down, Garoppolo. On the right side, it's Hilton with a catch. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. Alongside Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, it's the Patriots in possession to begin quarter number 2, but they face a 2nd and long to start things out. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. And unable to connect on the long pass. It falls down incomplete. Brandon Cooks, the receiver he was going after. And it'll bring up 3rd down. Time running out here on the play clock. Now Brady. Looking for Gronkowski, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Ryan Shazier. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. He's on quite the interception run. He had 2 last week, another one here. Remember, he's not a DB, he's a linebacker.
But how many of those linebackers started as DBs and pumped themselves up into being linebackers? So the ball skills are the same, right? The coverage skills and responsibilities are the same, and he is paying it off in a big, big way.
Really nice starting field position here for the offensive unit. Roethlisberger with a give to Bell. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. They'll go again with Bell. And a short gain down to about the 33. Give him 3 on the play, and they're going to face a third down.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Now it's Roethlisberger. He's got the hook up to Lee. And he's brought down, but not before reaching the 8-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Now Bell, and they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
The insistence of speed at every position is really seen at the defensive end spot. These guys in the old days were often outside linebackers. They just pushed them forward because they wanted to play fast and get to the quarterback or the running backs quicker than ever before.
On second down, Roethlisberger. His pass caught at the 4. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. The catch good for 6 yards, but now it's 3rd and goal.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
On 3rd and goal, Roethlisberger. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. Lawrence Guy in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that'll lead to a 4th down. Now Chris Boswell for the Steelers field goal try. And Boswell's kick is good. And that will bump up the lead again to 12-0. Maybe an anxious moment or two when the ball was on its way, but he does find a way to curl it in.
Oh, yeah. That one definitely hugged the left upright, but he got it to go.
After the successful field goal try, here's Boswell to send it away. And it's a short kick taken out beyond the 20. And now running right through it. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Patriots offense now, they work their way back onto the field. They'll start things on first down with Dion Lewis. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Defenses always talk about earning the right to rush the passer on third down. And you know what offenses want? Win first down so they can set things up for themselves better.
And that wasn't helpful there. Not a big impact on first down. Now Brady throwing on second down. Caught left side by Hilton. T.Y. Hilton, nobody to beat. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. T.Y. Hilton, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Patriots are able to strike quickly for 6. Now Steven Gostkowski on for the extra point. And this is back to a 5-point game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And not a great return here. He'll make it back only to the 10-yard line.
Anytime you field a kickoff inside your own end zone, you've got to be decisive about whether you're bringing it out or not. Sometimes that indecision can really cost you. That may have been what happened on that play.
On 1st and 10, it's Roethlisberger. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Lee. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. Now Roethlisberger to throw on second down. This is caught by Antonio Brown. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Roethlisberger hooking up with Brown to get the Steelers a first. The give is to Bell. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. Here's Roethlisberger. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. Back to Heinz Field after this. The Steelers on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 5. From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
I'm not sure we could spot any tendency here on this 3rd down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they were unsuccessful.
Here's Pat O'Donnell now. On for his second punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. And now out come the Patriots. And things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, then their defense gets them the football back.
Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something together here. And I'm eager to see how they decide to do it. Do they want to be methodical, or do they want to take the big strike and go after it right now?
Now a play fake here on first down. Gronkowski's got it on the crossing route. That goes as a gain of 11 and a Patriot first down. Ah, yes, Brady to Gronk. You think these two are in sync?
Without a doubt. And look, they both understand what they can do for each other. Gronk knows if he gets open, the ball's going to be there. And Tom Brady knows what a great security blanket Gronk is. When all else fails, you find big 87.
On first down, Brady going underneath for Lewis. 5 yards on the pickup, and it'll make it a second down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Brady to throw on second down. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the former first-rounder Artie Burns. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
After the interception, here's Roethlisberger. Over the middle, complete. That's Lee. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. You probably talked about this training camp. Knock the ball free, take it away from the other team, and now you have that chance. There's a little bit of deflation when they end up recovering it.
They knocked it free, but couldn't take it away. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete. So incomplete on first. Let's see what second down has in store. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. A swing pass caught. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Marquise Lee, as the first half is winding down. And the Steelers find a way to stretch their lead. And again, it's no good. A few boo birds coming out as he's missed his second extra point here in the first half. Boswell on now to kick this one away.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
First and 10, here's Brady. It's caught left side by Cooks. Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. Second down and a little ways to go here. Second and 13. From the gun, it's Brady. And he's got Edelman for the first time. That's complete. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. 18 big yards on that one, and a New England first down. Brady now on first down. He's letting it fly for Cook. And Brady going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off. It's the Pro Bowl corner. Joe Hayden with it.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. Final play of the half. It's Roethlisberger. The Pats are going to get there. Down he goes. So we reach halftime here in the Steel City with the Steelers on top. As we'll send you down to Orlando as we check in with Larry Ridley and our EA Sports halftime report. Larry? So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these team special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
They'll throw on first down with Roethlisberger. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets this football out shy of the 30 to the 29. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first. A give to Bell, and he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Possible run anticipation. Here's the D-line sandwiches together. Here's Roethlisberger. And he will score. Touchdown, Patriots. Now remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but the ball's in the air. They treat it like they're the receivers, and they went after that one and took it all the way.
So after the INT, it's Brady. And he's got it. So the try for 2 successful. And with it, they're back within a field goal. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. They'll start out on the ground with Bell. And he'll power his way up near the 25. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here. Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's the one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
And the Steelers on 3rd down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5.
Let's go. 180.
Here's Roethlisberger to throw. Trying to lay one up deep. And that one incomplete. Had some position but couldn't hold on, and it brings up 4th down.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
O'Donnell, he's on to punt as he gets this one away. He can't get him down. Breaks free again. Excellent work on the run back there, 33 yards. And the Patriots will have great starting position as they take over 1st and 10. Now the Patriot offense set to take over again. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. Decent chunk of yardage still left here, 2nd and 7. They try again with Lewis. And he'll get inside the 40 to maybe the 38-yard line. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 5.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
New England on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and 5. Now Brady. This is White on the screen. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. And a screen only good for 3 that time, and it'll bring up a 4th down.
They dialed up the screen pass on 3rd down, and for a second it looked like it was all going to come together, and they had a chance to pick up a 1st down, but the defense got there and finished it off.
And the 13-year man puts it through, and that is going to tie us at 18. A little bit of a lower trajectory there on the deep kick, and it worked.
Had to do it because he had to drive it out low because of the length of the kick. Able to do that, got it above the defense and over the post.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Now the Steelers offense gets ready to get back onto the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Shift together here from the D-line. Now Roethlisberger on 1st down. It's caught. It's Barnidge over the middle. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler 1st. So on that play, defense was in the zone. They ran a crossing route offensively, but the defense there, you got to be good with communication, don't you?
You certainly do, and it's not something that is really evident when you watch it on the screen. But everyone's talking, communicating, pointing, and it keeps you from chasing receivers because you have a specific zone you have to cover. When a receiver's in your zone and he crosses to another one, you got to let your guy know. They got a completion there, but I like the discipline they showed to stay in their proper areas and then make the tackle.
Second down following the run. Roethlisberger. And he goes down. It's a Patriot sack.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
So the sack, and now a 3rd and long situation for the Steelers and Ben Roethlisberger. Now Roethlisberger to throw. And he can't quite intercept it. Zone coverage, free safety was there. Couldn't come up with it, and now it's 4th down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. This is taken at the 18. Yeah, that's a 48-yard punt with a coverage holding him to 3 on the return. And the Patriots take over. Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of.
He's got a man, complete. A big play there for New England. 41 yards. Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred, still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong, you still act like you're the best player out on the field. You still carry that supreme arrogance with you and continue to fire the ball. I've seen guys have games like this, and this is where you find out if you're great or not. Can you overcome some interceptions and still lead your team to victory?
A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Quickly to Gronkowski, that's caught. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game. Nice job there defensively on 3rd down. Not only did they string the play out, but they didn't allow any room for a cutback. Really well organized on the defensive side.
Back now in Pittsburgh. All even as we get ready to start the 4th. Tie game, 4th quarter, and they're going for this thing on 4th down.
Here we go now. All right, now. Lucky 56. Lucky 56. Leopard. Watch it now. Barney.
They'll try and sneak it here. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. He'll wind up getting 2 there as he does it himself and picks up the first.
Now, that was a little bit longer distance than you would expect to see for a quarterback sneak. Normally, it's 4th and 1, 4th and inches. But when you get interior linemen trying to get upfield for a pass play, sometimes you can blow past them on the sneak, and it worked well for them.
Now this time, Brady will throw. And he's going to be out of bounds down inside the 20 at the 15. The Patriot passing game is rolling. They've got another 1st down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. Into the red zone, it's Brady. Caught, right side, it's Lewis. And here he'll get it down to the 7. They'll give him 8 on the play, and it's a 2nd down.
Brandon, more and more offenses are going to the philosophy of using every inch of the field to try and spread things out. And when you're running back and catch the ball as well, that can only help your offense.
on second down. Here's Brady. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah. Not
an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
New England on third down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. He needed 2. He got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down at a yard. Have to kick this field goal, don't you?
No question about it. Look at the clock. Look at the situation. Kick the field goal.
This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. They'll go for it. It's Brady. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. Dion Lewis, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Patriots have taken the lead. Big 4th down conversion for the score, and the defense, that is a tough pill to swallow.
Big time for them. How about them just deciding to go for it on 4th down? And, okay, forget the field goal, because that looked like an easy 3 points. Yeah, you might have had a defensive breakdown in there, but they pressed the issue and found a way to get it into the end zone. Give them big credit for that.
This fielded at the 2. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
This is Bell on the dump off. And they're able to get this one across the 35. The Steelers picking up 15 yards there and a 1st down.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
And McDonald here over the middle. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Bell. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. It'll be a gain of 6, and it'll make it 2nd down. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is it not? With his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play. But what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over the top of it because he can see everything, and sometimes that saves time and gets the ball to a receiver quicker.
Throwing now, Roethlisberger on 1st down. Lee's got it over the middle, and they do get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. That one goes for 24 yards.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
They'll try and run it in with Bell. Pushing and fighting his way in for a Steeler touchdown. Le'Veon Bell, his second touchdown of the game, his third on the year. And the Steelers are an extra point away from tying this thing up. And now a critical extra point attempt here. And oh, he missed it. No good. And they'll remain down by a point. So no question here, down by a score late. They're going to try the onside kick. And this is secured by the Patriots. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Give him 15 yards on that one, and New England has a first down.
Well, how about this aggressive approach? Got the lead, fourth quarter, continuing to throw the football. Are you thinking about Super Bowl 51? Atlanta had the lead against New England, and they ended up giving it up?
I was going to say, don't say it, but you did say it.
I did, didn't I?
Yeah, anybody watching Atlanta, our apologies. And now this defense trying to use the clock to their advantage. They'll take the timeout here with 2:08 left, and then they'll have another stop coming up at the 2-minute warning. And the offense here just looking to stay in bounds, complete the short passes, and put this game on ice. They fake the handoff. Now Brady. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Ryan Shazier. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line. Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. After the interception, here's Roethlisberger. And he's taken to the ground, but he was pulled down by the face mask. Here come the flags. And I believe this is going to be a first down. Well, when you're leading in the fourth quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
He's back to throw. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
Work with me, partner. Take a deep breath, because that's what they're doing down the field now. That incompletion allowed them to exhale a little bit. Get in the huddle, kind of scan the crowd, see if any celebrities are here. Relax a little bit as they start this big drive.
And this one is incomplete. They try to take a shot there on second down, and that leaves them, because of the incompletion, a very tricky 3rd and 10.
And with the time situation, you would expect them to try and get it all in this one play, but there's still enough time that if you can take something shorter, gain some yardage, make it a more manageable 4th down if you need to.
The Steelers on 3rd down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Back to throw. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Duron Harmon. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Patriot defense has a touchdown. And so much for the game-winning 2-minute drive. I think that interception return there pretty much seals the deal.
And one thing to keep in mind, in this situation with the score that close, defense isn't backing off and just giving you easy throws. They're playing aggressively as well, and they end up picking that one off and sealing the deal for themselves.
Now Brady. Eluding the pressure right. And he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This is taken at the 3. The Steelers offense now, they head back onto the field. Now it's Roethlisberger. Over the middle, complete. It's Lee. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. The Steelers picking up 15 yards there and a first down. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height, sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there if he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does for a quarterback has to slide and find open space to throw.
So here we go, 1st and 10 now. Throwing now is Roethlisberger. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Super Bowl 49 hero Malcolm Butler. And he's into the clear. Past the 20, 10, and he will score. Touchdown, Patriots. I don't know who all is to blame there, but I love seeing pick sixes.
Nothing like seeing someone pluck it out of the air and go the other way and see people try to change directions. Hard to do.
Brady down the throw. And he's going to go down just outside of the 5, right around the 6-yard line. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. This one taken just inside the 10. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Out comes the Steeler offense now, ready to see what they can do here. And following the pick six, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told him, and they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
On 2nd down, Roethlisberger. And that one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football here. Nearly a 4th pick. And it's 3rd down.
Trying to decipher what's going on out there, because I don't know if he's just getting bad reads. I don't know if the defense is confusing him. I don't know if he just has, bad info and intel before he snaps the ball. But he's made some pretty bad decisions with the football lately.
Yeah, several bad decisions on the interceptions he's thrown in. Frankly, that should have been another pick right there. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. It's a Pittsburgh first down, a gain of 13. On 1st and 10, it's Roethlisberger. Caught here by Bell. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. Well, Charles, the forecast called for rain throughout the entire game, and we got rain throughout the entire game. But these two teams, they had fun getting dirty out there. They love the slop.
Did you trust the forecast ahead of time? Are you one of those guys that's skeptical about it, or did you trust it?
But when I saw just a big blob of green on the radar, I said, okay, let's trust.
Yeah, and that's why I'm glad you took my advice. Get your notes laminated, because, you know, open-air booth, that rain can affect us as well, although not as much as the guys on the field. But let's face it, it's kind of fun to watch these types of games, isn't it?
It is. By the way, how impressive is it that you travel with a laminator? I didn't even know there was a portable laminator.
The things that you learn.
Golly, wise beyond his years. So for the Patriots, they climb back to 500 now at 3 up and 3 down. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Buffalo Bills. Meanwhile, for the Steelers, they can't quite seem to turn things around as they fall into 2 and 4 now on the year. And they'll be back home next week as they're set to take on the Cincinnati Bengals. So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we sign off from Heinz Field.